Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Nightcap Knowledge. My name is Chuck, and I'm back in the office, and we are excited to be here, excited to be back at it. Shout out to Nightcappers. Shout out to Mr. Mac for holding it down while we were out playing baseball. You heard it right. Still playing baseball. But we definitely have to give a shout out to a number of people, and most specifically, we got a great guest in the building. On deck tonight, we will be speaking with Myasia White. She has a book, Beyond Strength, Healing Within God. Healing within God, amen. That's what I'm talking about, man. Beyond strength. I'm talking about this natural strength. And tonight's show is brought to you by the Mississippi School for Health Services and Careers. And I've lit a fly into my office, but that is neither here nor there. Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. Begin your career in healthcare today. You can check them out at mshscschool.com or hit the number 769-572-7490. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Nightcap Knowledge, and we will see you in the studio in just a moment. There we go. Back up in this thing. Back up in it like we never left.
What's the deal, Pickle? Is everything kosher?
Is everything tired is the question. God, dog.
Boy, I tell you, out there making bricks with no straw.
Whew.
You don't know where that came from?
No, break it down.
10 Commandments. They had them out there. They were making, it said, and they were making the bricks to build the pyramids, and it said, take away the straw. They were making bricks with no straw. They made them. They had to yourself. Making bricks with no straw. As I tired you up, boy, you tired of it. They were making Hebrew slaves. They were making bricks with no straw.
And there it is. It is Exodus 5 and let's see 1 through 23. Okay, all right. You can't make bricks without straw.
Oh yeah, can't do that.
Amen.
Gotta have straw, man.
Look, we're gonna pray for the healing of those Hebrew slaves that had to make those bricks with the mustard seed faith.
Mustard seed. But hey, man. So Chuck, you've been gone for a minute. Go ahead and let folks know. Tell us what the groove is. Let's start out with the groove, baby. Excuse me, y'all. This show is rated Black and Uncensored, real talk, real issues, real solutions. and Chuck is gonna tell it like a TI is. What is the groove, sir?
Look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. There are things that happen in the land of baseball, and in baseball, uh, as a matter of fact, I need to do this. Moment of silence and RIP to the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. It has been reported on the Major League Baseball Network that Willie, the Say Hey Kid Mays, has passed away. Tonight on the MLB Network, there is a game being played between the Montgomery Biscuits and the Birmingham Black Barons. And there's been a lot of recent conversation and a lot of news that has been shared about the addition of the Negro League stats being added to the all-time, the inclusive record of Major League Baseball. By doing so, Josh Gibson has been named the all-time home run record holder. Now that's a lot, but people like Josh Gibson, people like Willie Mays, and I know Jackie Robinson is celebrated a lot, but the folks that came through the Negro Leagues that played at places like Rickwood Field, they paved the way for little boys like my son McRae and his teammates. And one of the greatest things that I've been able to see as it relates to becoming more familiar with the game of baseball, it is a beautiful sport. It is something to see all the families gathered around to support the young people, the student athletes that are doing their thing, that they're showcasing the skills that their coaches have worked on them, Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays. And that's what I've been doing in with my absence from Nightcap Knowledge. We have been playing a lot of baseball. And I want to give another shout out to McRae's team. We are Prime Baseball, and these kids, man, they put it all out every week in, week out. They practice quite regularly. They have parents that care about them. They have grandparents that show up and travel alongside them. And these young people, out of the 3 tournaments that they've played in, they won 2 out of the last 3. So one more time, one more big shout out. I'm gonna give them some horns and some applause. Shout out to Prime Baseball for a great season. We actually are not done in terms of our family. We're not done with baseball just yet, Mac. So we will be DJing tomorrow, and this is me getting to the groove, but also still being in the groove of baseball. We'll be DJing tomorrow for the USSSA World Series Week 1 at the Gulfport Sportsplex here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And we'll be out there. We'll be doing the parade of teams. We'll, of course, have the boys with us. They're going to do some skills challenges with all the teams and the players and coaches that are registered for this tournament. And I'm pretty sure that it is going to be one of the additionally cool experiences as it relates to my family and our love affair with baseball, man. So I'm proud to say that we're a baseball family. We're also a soccer family, and Jackson will be participating in some soccer camps later this summer. And look, I'm just excited to be a dad. It was Father's Day. I spent, Father's Day doing Father's Day type stuff, like hanging out with the boys, going to we were traveling back from baseball. So I'm driving, the boys in the back seat, they reminiscing about, the things that they were able to do, the memories that they were able to create with their friends, being in the lazy river, just, all of the whole baseball season. We wrapped it up with a bow by being able to hang out with families that believe in community. They believe in showing love towards one another, man. And having all of those things in place and it leads way into, what we'll be talking about tonight. It leads way into healing, because, you need that support system when you have a traumatic experience. And I can say that, man, we've experienced so much triumph this season. we've won a lot, but we also learned a lot. And that's the groove, man. That's the thing that I'm proud of. And I can say, man, look, them boys look good. Like those some good looking little ball players right there, and they serious about it too, man. So that's the groove. Shout out to Prime Baseball, and shout out to all the baseball parents out there.
Man, that's good. That's good shit, Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Continue to push, continue to um, talk about stuff. I thought about this the other day. How many professions or just regular jobs that our people fought to just be a part of, right? And like now we kind of toss them to the side. Like our people protested to be able to be the garbage truck driver, right? I'm talking about the stuff that we take for granted now that we don't even want to look at. Someone fought and protested to be able to say, "I drive the truck," right? And we play baseball. So you already did your condolences to with Willie Mays. Yep. Um, so yeah, you know, we want to push this thing forward. So it goes to the mental health minute. Everything's connected. Everything's tied in. It's being your best you, right? And that goes back to there's we talk about folks that have set the tone, folks that have broken barriers. They had to be the best them all the time. They could not take days off. They couldn't be good. They had to be great. So that's usually we talk about being your best you, not trying to be like others. I want to also look at the side of being your best you, being able to put forth your best foot, not just doing mediocre, but trying to give 110, 150% every time. And then you still might not reach a certain level, but the goal is that you did it. You gave your best you. You are on your best at all times, right? That your competition is with yourself so that you strive to do better than you did the last time. So you always want to look at it, be your best you. Even when you evolve, you never forget who you are and whose you are, and stay grounded to where you come from. But as you continue to work to be your best, right? Stop. And a lot of times we get busy, we running, and you're like, I know I could have done better than that. Let's work on that, right? Let's do that to be our best us. At the same time, with the other meaning is be you. Be okay with your difference, your weird or whatever it may be that makes you stand out from others. Because you have to stand outside and think outside the box in order to build. You can't build inside the box, right? You got to think outside the box in order to build. So that is the mental health minute. DJ George Chuck, check your text message. You ain't got to say nothing out loud. I have to
Man,
tell your ass.
well,
Oh, I
okay.
ain't know.
Well, we definitely want to continue to give shouts out to our supporters, people that make it easy to do what we do. And we will definitely get some things updated, but just to give them some more pub, mshscschool.com, 769-572-7490. The website has all of the information that you need. It also has some new classes and some other things listed that you can learn more about all of the new offerings, such as some new classes that they have and new opportunities. So CNA programs, phlebotomy, EKG, medical billing, and coding, as well as healthcare technician and medical assistants. Don't wait to change your future. Head on over to mshscschool.com and apply now. So we appreciate them for their support of Nightcap Knowledge. Now, Mac, would you like to introduce our guest for the evening? And I think they may have some sort of connection to the
Yes,
folks
they they
over at the school.
they might, but also what I sent you was the new that's the updated one. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm good, but ain't
So
that good.
hey, the young lady we have right now is definitely connected to the healthcare field. She will share with everyone how she's involved in things that she do, but she's multi-talented. She has her professional name, but around the different offices and places we know her as Mimi. So now Mimi has grown into an author. She's a healthcare professional. She's a mother, and she's here to talk about her journey and her new book. So come on out. Where you at? You're hiding back there. Come on out. Come on out. There she go. She done, Chuck done pick
Hey,
you up top. So introduce yourself, right? Tell people who you are, a little bit about where you from, a little bit about your background, and then we'll dive into the reason you're here.
Okay. My name is Myasia White. I'm from Brandon, Mississippi. I am a phlebotomist. I actually took the courses that you just said online. And I'm also a medical assistant. I've been a medical assistant for 2 years, and I've been a phlebotomist going on 4 years now. And so, yeah.
Well, look, I think it is an awesome thing. One, with you having the the lived experience of having gone through the classes that we were just talking about, it leads me to the question of, so how does one find time to write a book and be in class and get these varying certifications? Like how did you balance all of that?
Well, I actually wrote the book after I finished the class and all of that good stuff. Um, I just really, I don't know. I just have to give myself kind of like words of encouragement to let myself know, like, okay, I can get through it. And I know as growing up as a little kid, my mama always told me, like, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So I just take that, I take heed to that, and then I continue to do basically the impossible with God on my side. So
That's awesome. So look, tell us about Beyond Strength and Healing Within God. Like, give us some of the inspiration for the book and how you said you have to tell yourself these things. It are the words in the book, like, what you had to tell yourself over the, months or years at a time?
yeah, so the Bible verses that's in the book, it helped me get through my process, through my healing process. So the book was, I didn't even think I was gonna write a book, if you want to be honest. I remember like I was going through something so deep, and from childhood trauma, from relationship trauma, all that good stuff. I was just going through. And so I remember like God speaking to me, because you know what they say, God speaks to you when you're at the bottom, when you're literally at the bottom. So I remember God speaking to me, and he was like, make sure that you write everything down, and you write it labeling it as testimony 1, testimony 2, and so forth. And so that's what I was doing. So each thing that I accomplished, I wrote, okay, testimony, this is what I've been through. This is how, I got through it. And this is the Bible verse that helped me through it. And so therefore, as I was doing it all through the process, it really just, I was like, okay, let me put this out, or let me leave it here. And so I had a friend that asked me for advice one day, and I had showed her what I had written down. She was like, oh my goodness, like you could really help somebody with this. And so I was like, yeah,
Hmm.
And so then I remember I had this one manager that had prayed with me one day as I was going through, and she was like, Myasia, you're going to write a book someday, and it's going to help a lot, like a lot of people. And I'm looking at her like, and it just so happened, like God had told me, like, Myasia, I want you to put this out for the world to see. And so I was like, okay. And so I didn't question it. I just did it.
Yeah.
It happened that way.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So this book, and where first, let's say, all right, where can people get the book?
So it is available on Amazon. I do have some on hand, if somebody's around me. But it's mainly on Amazon and Kindle Direct.
Okay, so you can get it an e version, like with the Kindle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon. We've posted a link to Myasia's book, Beyond Strength, Healing Within God, in all of the comments across all the platforms. And go ahead and give a shout out to Dr. Cheney's in the comments. Mr. Sanders is also in the comments. Our brother Sabir Abdul Haq is in the comments. So shout out to all the nightcappers that have tuned in and have been supporting us for quite some time. Um, and Sabir called you Mimi. Matt
Yeah,
called you Mimi as well. So can I call you Mimi?
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. right? Because I mean, I know you don't know me like that, but your people know me, So look, your supervisor that said, you're going to write a book someday and it's going to help a lot of people. In that moment, um, what were the words going through your mind, and how did that make you feel?
Well, honestly, we were literally in the midst of prayer, and she had stopped praying, and she had told me that. And the words, I mean, the stuff that went through my head, I was like I hear what you saying,
Yeah.
but okay, I didn't really take heed to it because I was just like, I don't see myself being in that position.
Mm-hmm.
But when God tells you something, that's honestly what you're going to do. And so it's kind of like when I had published it, she was the first person I called. I was like, guess what I just did? And she
Yeah.
said, what? And I said, I just published a book. I said, do you not remember? Because it was like 2 years ago when she told me that.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I was shocked to myself, but I was like, God can take your will nots and can nots and turn them into cans, and you will, as long as it's following by his will. So
Right.
I was shocked.
So, look, I mean, this is a very entrepreneurial activity too. I mean, definitely a testament of faith, and also a testament of obedience, right?
Right.
But talk to us about this entrepreneurial activity of like publishing a book. How does that work?
Well, I was just really Googling some stuff at first. I was like, okay, how can I, get this published? And so that's when my discernment has to really kick in for me to know who to trust, what to trust, and everything. So I had went through this company called Fiverr, and I had sent them my outline and all that good stuff, and they was like, this is great. And then as far as there, I had made my own personal cover and my back cover. And then I had went to another publisher out in Chicago, and I had sent it to her, and she was like, oh yeah, we need to get this out. And so she helped me with that as well. So
Okay. So let me ask you this. I know that you said you have copies that you can, sell to people locally if they're in that, the central Mississippi area, and we can get it on Amazon.
correct. Yes,
What other places do you have the ambition, or where has God told you that your book will be sold? Like in these on these shelves and things like that.
well, I know for a fact, God told me, he was like, okay, you're going to reach Jennifer. That's my goal. And so I was like, Jennifer. So that's why I'm taking, baby steps to get to where I need to be. But I don't want to call it like imagination, but my faith is so big and so large to where I know for a fact, okay, if I can reach here and here and here, it's not impossible for me to reach there.
Okay.
So,
And what do you mean? What do you mean by Jennifer?
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you have to.
I'm sorry. Yes. Sir.
I was like, I mean, it's a few people I know named
I'm
Jennifer. And speaking of Jennifer, shout out to Jennifer who leads the Mississippi Natural Hair Expo, and I think that might be a good place for you to be.
Who, me?
Yeah, the Natural Hair Expo. There's a lady named Jennifer, and I think your audience is definitely at the Natural Hair Expo.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that.
And well, I think the connection with that is because there've been so many challenges about natural hair and wearing your natural hair, and it really called for you to, people second guess themselves. They felt certain ways because, still now in certain places they made a law that you can't wear dreads and can't wear certain hairstyles, because they have stereotyped our hairstyles, right?
Yeah.
So I think anything to talk about healing, positivity, I think there's definitely something to be at the natural hair show, to be there, to be able to set
Well,
up
I'm gonna
and,
for sure
put
check it out. I'm gonna have to.
so tell us two things, right? So tell us the price of the book, right? And well, three. One, while Chuck and I don't have an autographed copy. That's number two. All right. and then the third thing is um read maybe like one or two of your favorite things from the book, right? So we got
Okay.
people tuning in, they listening. So
Okay.
on you.
I got you. So my book is $25 on Amazon. I'll get you the autograph copy. I promise. Both of you guys. And my favorite thing from the book is a chapter of forgiveness and moving on. That's my literally my favorite chapter. And all that honestly talks about is the 4 steps of forgiveness. So the number one step is feeling every emotion for one. And then two is if God can forgive us for our sins that we have done wrong, then why can't we forgive others? And why can't we have empathy on ourselves for what we went through or whoever hurt us? And why can't we just forgive them and move forward? And it also has the Bible verses. So everything from Hebrews, I think it's like 14:3, all the way to the Philippians 4:13 of how God gives us strength to move on.
I like it, man. So thank you for being here with us tonight. But then also thank you since Mac shamed you in the giving us the autograph copies. I'm not turning nothing down. Uh, and shout out to my son Jackson. Jackson is walking in like I'm not recording a podcast that's live right now. But all right, buddy, love you. All right. But look, Mimi, we appreciate you putting together this compilation of prompts to get people started and to get them to continue through this healing process. And I can't wait to see you. And look, I don't know if they got space, but I'm gonna call Jennifer tomorrow
Okay.
and let her know that that you're interested, and we're gonna make sure that we get you connected with the Mississippi Natural Hair Expo.
Oh,
It's in
very good.
Biloxi. Yeah, it's in
Okay.
Biloxi, July 27th. That's a Saturday. Mississippi Natural Hair Expo.com is the website. So if those of you out there are looking to get a hold of this book, you can go to Amazon.com. There's a short link to this book. I went and checked it out on Amazon earlier. It's you can have a physical copy and you can get the Kindle version of it, and you can begin your healing journey today as soon as you download it, man. So look, we appreciate that, and we need your social media info.
Well, my Facebook is I have two of them. So I have the Beyond Strength Healing Within God Facebook, and I have my personal Facebook, which is Myasia White.
Okay.
I don't have Instagram, so that's really all I'm active on is Facebook and TikTok. And TikTok is Myasia W.
Okay. All right. We need to get those posted in the comments. So at my Asia W on TikTok and on Instagram is what?
It's Myasia. No, Instagram I don't have.
Oh no,
Facebook is
Facebook.
Myasia White.
Okay.
That's
All
my
right.
personal, and the book is Beyond Strength Healing Within God on Facebook.
All right. So the book title
Yeah.
is a Facebook. Great, great,
Yes,
great.
sir.
All right, that's very cool, man. Brother Sanders, thank you for asking that question. And Dr. Cheney, always we appreciate you, and we will keep the fire burning. Mac, I see you over there looking like you about to say something, man. I know we got
So
another guest
I
coming
would
up.
I would say that she need to create an Instagram, right? So you can make posts. And I think it would be good if you created like some snippets, like if you made short videos, I guess, of you reading some of the portions of the book,
Yeah,
to
that's all I was
people,
thinking about
like,
doing. I'm gonna start that ASAP.
so you can do that on Instagram. You can even connect it and do some of that on YouTube. But
Yeah,
you can start a different engagement, right? That, like each how you got however you got it broken down could be a topic,
yeah,
for the actually to jump into it, right? And to get feedback because people are going to be out to, we talked about in life space crisis and events, you talk about carryovers, carry-ins, and tap-ins, right? So some people will be able to tap in to some of the things that you're talking about and they can see the situations that are similar for them and how they
right.
dealt with it. So, But there's other places, other events that are coming up. So like this Saturday, you need to be out there on the grind. You need to be in some of these spaces and pushing this book. So we're gonna work on, and I will get with you. But you can hang around. Don't go nowhere.
Okay. Okay.
But we definitely want to try to get some of these books out because we are working on some things for Freedom Summer, and the Freedom Summer project that we started in 2021 has a therapeutic Thursday, and it talks
Mm,
about we do different healing techniques. We have a therapist they usually do the round circle. So these type of books and things are good that we can give. And there's a group in Holmes County, um, the Nolly Jenkins nonprofit up there has a group of 15 young ladies
mhm.
that are and more and more are signing up. So these type of things is something that we need to be able to connect them to. So Mimi, you might be coming and doing a presentation for the cheering for the young ladies and be able to
I would love to
talk
do
with them. Yeah,
that.
they got a girls camp going on. So there's some things that are going on. So we're definitely going to keep you in the loop and keep you connected.
Okay.
Anything else you want to share with us?
No. That's all. I can't wait to work with the girls or whoever comes in contact with the book. I can't wait to hear about your experience because so far everything's been positive and good on it. So yeah, so I'm excited to see what's to come.
So Mimi, you got 13 minutes. So you want to figure out something to talk about. You got see this, and I'm gonna
So
tell y'all why. Because Mimi is like this. She is partially introverted, right? She just want to get out here and say this, and
partially.
then she just stopped. Like, no, you're here to promote your book and promote and tell people, like, give them something to why I want to read this book, right? You got to tell the folks
Well,
something
for,
to
for
make
one,
them
it's
say
not like
why.
your normal book. It's a journal slash book combo. So like after each chapter, you can write about it. And so with that whole writing about it, that lets you go back to that emotional state. It lets you trigger what had happened to you and how to use the steps to heal it and move past it. So I think that is very unique because you don't really see many things like that. Because like I know when I was going through my healing stage, I was like, well, like I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. But then God was like, just just go back to that little girl that you were to try to free her first, write about it, say how you felt about it, then move on because you have a lot of people that try to journal and they don't have no prompts to follow.
Yeah.
They don't know how to get through it. So
Yeah.
I created that. Well, I'm not gonna say I created. God helped me create that.
Yeah.
So the book it has a little chapter to say like, okay, what should you feel? How do you need to address your emotions? And then the next page is the journal prompt, and you just write about it. And then towards the end, it has little soap pages. And so, the soap pages is the scripture, observation, application, and prayer. And so it says all of that, and it lets you just basically free will off your favorite Bible verses or anything of the sort, and you can write about it.
You said soap,
Mm-hmm.
scripture, observation,
Application and prayer.
application, and prayer.
Mm-hmm.
So did you come up with that acronym? Like,
No, no,
no?
I didn't.
Okay. I think that's dope because it's like, all right, you have these things that you've experienced, and it sounds like the soap is going to, wash these,
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And then you like when you get in the shower,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like after you get out of the shower, you're like, man, oh, I feel so much better.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then at the end of the book, it has the Bible emergency numbers. So by that, I mean like if you're feeling, say one day you're feeling weak or you feeling like unencouraged, it has all the Bible verses to the side, just in case you may be feeling like one of these. This is where you should go and read to help you.
Yeah.
And it's open 24/7. So
That's what's up, man. This sounds like something that a group of people could do together, right?
yeah,
Like add this to your book club, Mac. What you got over there?
No, I was saying that's a term to use called soap notes when you're doing documentary, like
yeah.
in mental
So
health or something. Yeah,
they originally used it like in nursing school,
yep.
and
So
then some people had transferred it into like using it as the Bible notes.
yeah, But
And
yeah,
so yeah.
that's why when she said that's why I knew it was coming. Where it was coming, the soap note. Um, oh look at that was severe. So what I was thinking about right now, two things: who out there, from what they have heard, that is interested in getting a book, right? So say me, drop me in the comments if you're interested in getting a book, and then Chuck and I want to do something, a question, so we can get somebody that's in the comments a free book. So we want to find out first about out there who's interested in getting a book. So you can drop in the comments. You can drop me in the comments. Let's see if we got some people out there interested in this book, Mimi. Keep your fingers and toes crossed. Let's see if we got people out there interested in getting this. Because this is not actual a book. Is more like a guide,
Yeah.
a manual, right? Something that's not something that can be used on a regular basis. So, is anybody out there that want this book that don't have it yet, that think this book might be useful for them or someone they know? I don't see it. There go one person. All right, there.
Sis Love Publishing.
Okay.
All right,
I don't know
okay,
who that
Sis
is.
Love Publish. Oh, look, somebody
You don't count.
like
You don't count.
I was say, ain't that your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She don't count. No. You do not get a book. No, you do not.
Like she had the advanced copy.
Yeah, she
She had the OG manuscript.
Right. She might have wrote the first one. Mimi first
Oh no.
Mimi first book might have been in crayon. Right. She might still have the first copy from kindergarten. When she so the question would be now. I'm trying to think of something else. How many people were paying attention? Let's see. Chuck, what can we think of to see if people have been paying attention since the beginning?
Uh, what 2 degrees or certifications does Mimi have that she got from the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers? Is that too difficult?
Uh-uh.
No? Okay, all right.
Sabir, you cannot answer. Sabir cannot answer, and definitely Makiba cannot answer. Who else know
Oh,
what two
I'm gonna say
certifications?
she'll pay for 5 to give away. Come on, somebody. Yeah,
Oh, look at it. Wait a minute.
it's,
Wait a
it's a
minute.
it's 112 people out there watching. Y'all better get in on these free books.
She gonna look Big Bang Hank. We can't mess with Big Bang Hank over there. Come on now. Who want one of these books? Give it to yourself. Give it to your child. Give it to you, whoever.
I even throw in a free Beyond Strength T-shirt.
Oh, you got t-shirts? You didn't tell us about no t-shirt.
Yeah,
All right,
Did
I
you
got
piggy?
a whole website. It's www.
Oh, look. She said phlebotomy. She said phlebotomy. All right, that's one. That's one. So Miss Makiba is, and I'm trying to think of
Okay,
something.
yeah, Sis Love Flourishing got it.
and there it is.
All right, well that's our one, right? So that means there are still 5 more free books out there, y'all.
Uh,
Who's interested in a
wouldn't
book?
it be 4?
No, we got one, and then
Yeah,
she
y'all
said she's
Oh,
just
gonna do
put us
okay,
five.
to
okay,
five.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
yeah. Now Makiba,
All right, now the next few are on. All right, I got you.
you got another question?
Do I have another question? Let's see.
Yeah, think of another question.
Who was the person that spoke over
Oh yeah.
Mimi and told her you could just say their position that she was going to write a book that would change lives? Who was that person? Who was that person to Mimi? Maybe.
Yeah.
I
Who
think
else
that's
want a
good.
book? It's 112 y'all out there. I know y'all need to read. I know y'all read. Come on now. Who else
You
trying to
say,
get a
I
book?
know y'all need to read. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, hey, this is nightcap. So, in the words of Mr. Charles Evans, I said 1,000 more times before I take it back.
I'll say it 1,000 more times. God, dog. Hey,
And
how y'all deal with him? Oh, Vanessa Jordan. She said she got the
there go
book and
one.
she loves it. Okay. I
All right, that's one person that got the book. All right. Well, who else are we trying to get this book? We trying to get them. Who else is interested in getting one of these books? What a book at, Mimi? Hold the book up.
I
You ain't got
don't
no
have
book there with
any.
you?
No, it's
Oh,
not. It's downstairs.
You fired.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to have the book with you.
I mean,
You're supposed to have the
this
book with you.
I'm
this is the best
sorry.
I could do. That's the book.
Then
That's how it
why
look.
you don't have the book? All right, that's
All right.
how I
So
look.
look,
That's how I
I,
look,
I
though.
need you to give us that website because you didn't give us that earlier. What's the website again?
It's www.beyondstrengthhealing.com.
Okay. All right, we're gonna take a look at this right quick. Boom. Oh, I ain't spelled something right. I'm gonna get it together. I promise. I promise y'all. We're gonna get it together. All right, here we go. Okay. I got it now. I got it. Let's share this thing. So Mimi, I know that what we can do, we can make an ongoing contest out of this thing. We might have some people that are they might be a little shy about sharing the desire. So maybe we can do some other giveaways and push this over and continue to help you grow your presence and grow your influence and develop more Vanessas out there. So we can
Okay.
make sure that we can, let's say the next we could do some next five shows. Do a book giveaway and we also have another guest that'll be coming on in a few moments, Max. So I'm gonna throw the website up on the screen so we can all take a look at it and make sure that people have the opportunity um to copy this link from the comments. So this is the actual website. We've got some new comments coming up. Oh, she said, you ain't tell me about the t-shirts, girl. Come on now. Come on, somebody. So yeah, check this out. You got the shop that's here. You got a variety of products. They got some acronym shirts. You got these color block tees. You can coordinate this stuff with your sorority gear. I think this is great, man. Now I don't see the book on here, so you gotta
Here's
go to
the Amazon
the
icon.
Amazon. Okay, here we go. And here's the Amazon icon. So if you're looking for it, if you got Kindle, I get out my shopping list now. If you got Kindle Unlimited, I know y'all see all my little stuff over here. I know y'all see me. You can get this and for zero. But if you want that paperback, so you got to have that book in your hand so you can do your writing with your very nice pens. You can get that for $25. So Mimi, we appreciate you. We appreciate the book that you've written, and don't go anywhere because we definitely want you to interact with the next person that is coming on the stage. And I think we know her quite well. As Max said, we don't know her at all. We have no idea who this person is. And if I'm not mistaken, she will be at the Juneteenth on Ferris for the official book release. Like, we got authors all over the place. And this young lady, Ciora Casper Abdul Haq, is coming to the stage. Let me get my applause ready.
Oh my goodness.
Ciora, what's happening?
Hey y'all, how are y'all doing?
Look,
Hey.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Hey,
Your
my
headphones sound better than your husband's.
well, about that, these are his. They might just sound better because I'm on them. No offense, like him.
I give you the horn on that one. I will give you the horn on that one. Come on.
I'm prettier. They like me better. I love you, babe.
Tell him to keep his nostrils off Facebook.
Ooh, not the nostrils. Not the nostrils.
Max said,
Yeah, that's a low blow.
Cut it. That's a dad joke right there. That's a dad joke. So Ciora.
Oh my God.
You said y'all. I didn't say anything.
You're right, Chuck. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
What did I was don't get rid of Mimi. Go ahead, Chuck.
I ain't do nothing. I mean, Sabir would do it to us.
He would.
He would.
So,
He really would.
So Ciora, for those who do not know, you can tell folks who you are, your profession, and then what are you working on right now. So,
All right. Well, um, I am a co-owner of a publishing company, Sis Love Publishing Company. So yes,
That
Myasia,
was
I was the one that answered your question. But co-owner of a publishing company, myself and Cassandra Holmes. Some of you may know her. We founded it in 2018 while I was still living in Texas and brought it east of the Mississippi here. We have been working with several different individuals and companies doing grant writing, doing a lot of business and technical writing, creative writing on the back end, and also helping with recently speaking engagements and things of that nature. We took a little while to go ahead and get our first works done, and this is the first of a few that will be coming out in between now and 2026. Um, Affirmations of a candid, caring, crass, crotchety caricature is the name of this first work. It is a journal and an activity book that's specifically geared toward women, young women and women actually ages 16 and older. And since there's an air of healing in the air tonight, we're just working on healing people out in these streets. That is the purpose of it as well. A lot of young ladies and women, we find ourselves in a space of being broken largely due to issues and traumas that we didn't place ourselves into early on in life. And many of us go through life kind of like a paper bag, just kind of floating around unhealed. And it manifests itself in ways that ultimately cost us in terms of relationships, cost us in terms of love for self, more importantly than anything else, and being able to give grace to ourselves. Meanwhile, we're given what grace we hoped for and the love we hope to
yeah.
receive and everything else out to others. And it's just a way of helping us to direct ourselves
I think Sabir killed the internet for our comments.
can get to a place of healing and learn how to cope better with the obstacles we faced and the trauma and scars that it's left behind. Everybody got quiet.
No,
so,
I
so
yo Sabir was messing with your internet.
yeah, Sabir did it. So,
Ooh,
Sierra,
okay. What's the last thing y'all heard? What's the last thing y'all heard?
no, we heard you, but you still didn't tell us who you are and what is one of your professions. You
Oh,
didn't
y'all are making me
introduce
talk about me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
I
I
mean,
am
you are the person
I
that.
am Siora Casper Abdul Haq. I am a Mississippi transplant, now living here full time with my husband Sabir, my bonus son. I am a nurse by profession, a biologist, a nurse, and a public sci master educator in those three regards. But I work as a nurse. And in my spare time, I have my publishing company that I co-own with my partner, Cassandra Holmes. Hi,
That's
Jackson. He's so cute.
yeah. He out y'all in my ears. I be trying to keep it cool for the nightcap. Don't have all the the horns and everything going off. But now those are a lot of titles, Sierra. But you and Myasia, yeah. I mean, all of the hats that she's wearing. Uh, how do y'all find time to do all this stuff? You know,
Ooh, balance is that's a
Yeah.
delicate subject. It's a very delicate thing, walking a tightrope, really. Um,
Yeah.
Thanks, babe. Love you. I've got my spotlight on me now.
yeah,
But I just make time where I can. Something I'm always gonna do is indulge in my creative. That's a part of what keeps me going, whether it's music, writing,
yeah.
dance. I'm always gonna make time for it because that's part of what helps to keep me sane, and it's also part of what I use to help heal people on the outside as well.
That's cool. So talk to us about some of the contents of the book that you'll be releasing and we've got a couple of events that you'll be participating in and also hosting affirmations of a candid, caring, crass, crotchety caricature. It's
Yep.
activity book and journal soft launch at the Jackson Rage Room. This is June 21st from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then the address is 4611 Terry Road, Suite A, there in Jackson, Mississippi. The first 5 books purchased each receive a free crate of bottles raid session. So you mean to tell me I show up, I buy a book, and I'm one of the first 5. That means that I get my book and I get to go smash.
You'll get to smash after the 2 to 6, and that sounds so horrible. But yes, you will get to have a rage session. We got to think about
What are you?
we got to think about the slang used today for the young people. But yes, you will
What
get
are
a
you
rage
implying?
session after absolutely nothing. I'm a child of God out here in these streets.
We all are
Just
child
looking
of
to
God.
help heal
We are
people.
saved by grace.
Exactly. Amen, brother. Amen. Talk about it. I want to tell him. I want to thank him. Mm,
Power to the people. Power to the people.
mm.
I got all y'all. I got all y'all.
But
Now look. We gonna put you up here. We need to see this book, man. We need to see this book. So talk to us about it.
all right. So this is the cover, affirmations, and the title is Affirmations of a Candid, Caring, Crass, Crotchety Caricature. It's an alliteration that we came up with. I was outside being real silly one day when I was going through one of the worst possible times in my life.
Yeah.
That was just about a year and a half ago, actually, at the start of my nursing career. And we were joking, Sabir and I were joking and playing, and I literally came up with this. We were like, this needs to be a book. Little did I know at the time that this would actually become part of the therapy that helped me to kind of didn't not even to kind of this would become a part of my therapy, a part of me healing myself while also looking to help heal other people. And
Yeah.
it part of the reason why we kept the title is to go ahead and challenge people to look up the words. If you know anything about any one of these words except for caring, there's a negative connotation attached to it. um Candid, most people who are candid are not necessarily perceived as nice, even though they're not coming from a mean spirited place. They're just very blunt, they're honest. You ask an honest question, you're going to get an honest answer. Some people don't know how to receive that though, and it's looked upon as being mean or mean spirited. Crass, usually not thinking before you speak, tactless. Again, going back into the whole misperception sometimes that are attached to people who are just truly honest and
Mm-hmm.
open and opinionated. Crotchety, unrefined. I don't know about anybody else that's been out there, but I am somebody who has never been referred to as prissy or ladylike in my way. And I got 6 brothers. I'm smack dab in the middle of them. I was basically raised as a boy, but I am a girl.
Yeah.
And it's one of these things. What brought these words to mind for me and made me stick with the title was something I very much learned from working in different aspects of corporate America and things of that nature. Was particularly for Black women, these usually play a role in the angry Black woman perspective
Mm-hmm.
and stereotype. If we address an issue or confront an issue that's brought to our attention and we're stern and we stand our ground, a lot of times we're labeled as angry, or a lot of times if we passionately address something, we're not angry, we're not necessarily emotional, we're just saying, hey, this is how I feel and this is why, and you're not going to change it. We're labeled as defensive,
Yeah.
among other things. And so this was a play on everything that ever was negatively said about me by people.
So it leans to, and I think a lot of people pull from movies references, right?
Hmm.
Um it's like you're Rabbit in 8 Mile, and you are disarming the folks that you are coming up against in your rap battle, and
Pretty much.
you are affirming some of the things that people are using to negatively describe you. And you're
Hmm.
saying, look, I'm going to like Max said earlier, I'm going to embrace my weird, and I'm going to be the best version of me. For the things that you see as negative, I see them as all of the most beautiful parts of myself, and I like
I
that.
could I couldn't have said it better, and you actually gave me my best segue yet. Thank you. So just to
That's why
give
they pay me the big
everybody
bucks.
Your check's in the mail. Just to carry on with what you were saying, to piggyback, the dedication actually, there's a whole dedication page and prologue in the beginning, and it
Mm-hmm.
literally goes out to weird girls. Anybody who knows me, you might mistake me as an extrovert because I do love to serve people. I do love to go out of my way and help people. But I do not particularly like to be around a lot of people. I like to be by myself. People give me anxiety, and
Mm.
that's part of where this book actually came from, because I do actually deal with PTSD and generalized anxiety. And it's very difficult a lot of times to exist with other people, in the sense that, like I said, for all the reasons that became the source of the title, it
Yeah.
was it's always been a very much walking a tightrope for me with dealing with people outside of those who I really love and care for, and those who have come to know me and love and care for me in the end.
Yeah.
And that's not because I don't love people and I don't have a heart for them. It's really just because when you're dealing with things like that, mental health issues like that, you tend to overthink. You tend to become easily overstimulated. You you try to find ways to try to keep yourself level, but also be able to fade back into the background, if that makes sense. And it can be very stressful. It can be exhausting almost, and
Yeah.
people can read you very wrong because, and I can say this from a very clear place. This was in a workplace that I was in a year ago. I literally came to work. I was very transparent about the fact that I do deal with anxiety, and I was terrified. Nursing is not a field where you're not scared at some point or another. No matter how brave of a
Yeah.
person you are, there are lives in your hands. Things can go wrong just as quickly as they go right, if not quicker. And I know Myasia and her family can definitely speak to that very much. Um, I had one person literally take me to the back one time after some things went awry at work, and they
Mm-hmm.
told me, "We literally think this is an exact quote. This person said to me, "We think that you think that you're better than us." People's insecurities can be easily laid on your feet when you're doing nothing but existing and
Hold,
literally
hold,
trying to protect yourself.
hold on, player. Hold on. Hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on. Rewind that. We think that you
That you think
think
that you're
that
better than us. And y'all, literally, I was going to work every day. I would speak to everybody, be respectful. You ask me an honest question, again, I'm gonna give you an honest answer. Other than that, after I was done taking care of my patients, I would go sit in a corner by myself, try to get caught up because I'm a new nurse. So of course my time management wasn't good
yeah.
at all. So
Look,
I would go and sit back in my corner with my headphones in and catch up and get my documentation and stuff going. And literally, that was a reason why some things started happening in the workplace. People who didn't even work the same rotations with me weren't really around me. Go ahead.
look. You got a question in the comments, but I'm gonna channel my inner Steve Harvey for this. I don't give a damn what you think. You
Mhm.
think. You think. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
what?
and that ultimately, that was my response. Like, if you think that about me, that
Yeah.
is a you problem. That is not a me problem. What does that have to do with my job? And me being that honest and me being caught off guard by the first of all the fact that that was even a factor for some of the things that happened to me, because it had nothing to do with the job we were there to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it really, nursing school itself was pretty daggone traumatic. And if you, and again, it goes back to, if you know me, I'm
Yeah.
one of these emotional gangsters out here. I have a soft heart, but I will fight if I have to. I will definitely throw down if it's necessary. And it really put me in a very, very dark space, because the person went on to say that nobody on the floor liked me. Nobody, none of the CNAs wanted to work with me. Mind you, I'm just
Is
doing my job and
is
taking care of my
Mac flipping them
patients.
off for you? Is Mac flipping them
it
off?
was
Oh,
it was a very dark time. The last 2 years, with the last year being one of the worst places, it,
yeah.
all things said, it put me into a very dark space. And once we finally got out of that situation, like, y'all know y'all's friend Sabir, he normally is very much water off a duck's back.
Very bubbly. Very bubbly. Yeah.
Even he was like, get him. Go ahead. You've done everything you know to do. Not sure what
Uh,
happened there, but
you know,
but from
they're
that
just going through some
darkness,
difficult things.
and I can't say anything other. Oh my goodness. Well, that's why we're here to help my Asia and I. But really from that darkness, as I was dealing with it, and really from that darkness, God really came through for me. And I found out I had a whole village of people that were looking out for me in a way that I didn't
Yeah,
even know. One of the ladies that became my therapist is actually a good friend of mine now. And and I ended up getting with another therapist who they each laid the foundation for how I've been able to heal and to process and to cope better with things that happened to me, whether or not I had a role in them or not, but just dealing with obstacles and facing off my own demons in a way
yeah.
that's healthier, in a way that's more effective for me to move forward and to be able to help other people, while also being mindful that, like they say, it's a common cliche, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
They're hurting, but you got to fix your hurt too. And once you're able to recognize your hurt and fix your hurt, that puts you in a position of power that makes you even more unstoppable than you always were. You just didn't know it.
Look, I'm going to bring up the your website, and the question that you had from the comments is the book directly from your life. And I think from the conversation that we kind of went through here recently, you definitely answered that question. But
Yeah.
if there's anything that you want to speak to specifically about this question from Vanessa, definitely take the time to do that now.
Yes, it's a very personal book. Not only is it speaking to my broken self, but the goal is to speak to other people, that I said before, who are out here living, dealing with traumas, who don't necessarily know that they are resources, that there are people, that there is love to be found, first of all, within self, that can help you really move into a place of healing
Yeah.
and get out of the ruts and get out of some of the toxic behaviors that make life harder, whether you know it or not. It's a way of helping us see ourselves through and get the help that we need if necessary to even go further than that. So yes, very big pieces of my life, both from the last 2 years as well as before, were placed into this book in order to help others that were broken like me and may or may not have known it. Just went through life.
Well, look, that's what's up, man. I think that you've definitely got an audience. The both of you have a number of people that are interested in. I mean, the publishing industry, the self help industry is huge. And there's always an opportunity for to help oneself and to improve. So I definitely want to give Mac a chance to jump in, but Sierra, don't forget to mention your social media and how people can follow you.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sis Love Publishing is on Facebook, Instagram. Both of those pages can be found via the respective name. That's Sis Love, SISLOVE, one word, publishing. And we well, we're getting back to daily posting because it's very hard to balance that, but we definitely do our best to do daily posting of not only what we're doing in the community, but also people we've worked with in time past. We've had clients as far as New Jersey, the Midwest, all the way here to Mississippi and further. And we also have the affirmations website. It has its own particular website, and that reminds me, um, purchasers of the book are automatically going to be linked to our online community through Reddit. Only purchasers of the book get this exclusive offer or this exclusive portion. It's going to allow you to be a part of a community where you have access to mental health professionals who are monitoring the chats, chiming in where they can, and also available if they are needed to be directly messaged or contacted outside of that at their respective companies so that they can further help people once they've started
Mm,
talking and you know
man.
wanting to unpack their traumas and heal.
So what is the cost of the book?
The cost of the book is $14.95. Oh, and as y'all are talking to me, Like this is an 11 by 17 book. So you're looking at one of the coloring pages with the affirmation on the page. I'm sorry, right here. And you're also looking at, like I said, the prologue, the dedication page, things of that nature. And one of the highlights of the book is a mental health page. We're not just looking to give you kind words and encouragement throughout the day. We're looking to see if you drinking water, baby? You staying hydrated? How do you feel? Do you feel upset today? Are you happy today? Which part of your life is stressing you out? Is it work? Is it family? Is it school? All of that. We're wanting to take into account everything that's going on with you so that you can start pinpointing things and being able to kind of
Yeah.
course correct.
I love it. I love it. It seems like these two books, Beyond Strength and Affirmations, for me,
Now,
they work kind of together. Y'all see what I'm saying?
I couldn't believe that saw my angel and there was like, what? There's two of
That's
us.
why this
We out
yeah.
here trying to heal folks.
I'm
Yes.
So
it's all
so
working
so
together.
so Mimi. So is there? I know you talked about the forgiveness part, um, and how we have a description of a situation that kind of like, hey, that made me want to get in here and write something. Is there a story that you wouldn't mind sharing that made you say, okay, I definitely gotta, and I know that I know you talked about finding your way, and I know in the healthcare field,
Mm,
I know that because you were phlebotomist in COVID, right? When
yeah,
COVID hit.
yeah, I was.
So, so did you travel?
Yes, I did. I
So
did.
I know there was some trying situations when you got to draw folks' blood in this, and you got a whole pandemic going on. So I know it
Right.
definitely put some pressure on you and make you look and reflect on some things.
It did. But mainly I felt like the whole healing portion of it all came from my daughter. So when I became a mother, it was all kind of like very trying, if I must say. Like, so it was just like, okay, if I couldn't protect that little girl of me, how can I be responsible of protecting another little girl? You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
So it kind of like it messed with me like a whole lot.
yeah.
And so when I got to that point of where I got by myself and I actually started thinking, I was like, I can't live like this. I can't be the mother that I'm supposed to be to this little girl and not be healed. And so I remember like one day I was crying in the car. I was like, Lord, please just heal me from all the places that's broken and all the places that like everything that's deterring me from being the best mother that I can be. Just heal me in those places. And I feel like God was like, okay, go read your Bible and go turn it to Proverbs. And so I turned it to Proverbs and I read. And then afterwards, he was like, go read the story of Job. And so when I finished, I read the story of Job, and then it was kind of like, okay, Lord, so here I am at the bottom. How can I hear from you properly and move to the top? And so it was kind of like God was just showing me things after things, like this is how
Yeah.
you're gonna do it. This is how it's gonna be. And so that's how I literally had to literally write down everything. And I labeled it, like I said, testimony one and then testimony two, because all of these things are in place to help somebody. And so, what I had to learn throughout that process is sometimes we don't go through things for ourselves, we go through things to help other people. And
That's
so,
right.
that's why I take from this whole process, I went through everything for someone else. And so, and I healed from it. And I honestly, ever since I published the book,
Yeah.
I've never felt so free in my entire life.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful, man. So we've got a question coming in from the comments. Miss Vanessa, she's chiming back in to both ladies. Who or what helped you all move forward to write your books?
Oh, I kind
Mimi,
of
yeah.
it.
So I think you kind of rolled through with that. But Ciora, do you want to kind of chime in and address that question?
I've got to give some special shout outs for that one. Dr. Linda Pendleton.
Okay.
Dr. Linda Pendleton, definitely. And pretty much the entire staff of Heart Plus Diagnostics. If people don't know, it's not just a cardiovascular clinic. There's a behavioral health aspect side of that
Mm,
clinic as well. Once you get in there and they determine, in my case, anybody who knows me, I've been a fitness expert for years. Um, there was nothing wrong with my heart. There was physically nothing wrong with my body. So once we established that on that end, then they helped me to dig into some things, and I'm still actually with them. They helped me to begin dealing with the issues that were underlying on top of the acute issues that happened within the last 2 years.
yeah.
If not for that team, and I definitely got a shout out, special shout out to the black nurses at UMMC that were on my floor.
Mm,
At the time that all the crazy, crazy things started to happen, and I don't mind calling out the name of that institution in this case, at the time that I was there, and with
yeah.
everything that went down while I was there, I'd never felt more alone because I was like, I literally was isolated. The same person that I shared with you guys that direct quote from, that person literally told me in the same breath, nobody here likes you.
Mm.
That's not something you need to hear. It has nothing to do with whether you like my personality or anything of that nature. When you're working in a nursing or a healthcare environment, you have a team.
Yeah.
You have to work as a team. And here I am thinking, you know what, I'm being respectful, I'm coming in, I'm doing the best I can within my learning style to make everybody feel accepted, let everybody know I'm here to work hard and I'm here to take care of these patients and do my best by those patients.
Yeah.
And then to have something like that said to you, and it made to seem like no one is there for you, no one has your back. That's a very, very lonely position to be in. And on a healthcare floor,
Yeah.
you don't know who to trust, you don't know who to turn to, because everything that you've done or said up to that point's kind of been turned on its head and used against you. The black
Eh,
nurses are the ones that came to my aid. The black nurses were the ones that saw everything that was happening, and when the things were going really, really wrong, they came to bat for me, and they saved me in a lot of ways. Right when I was getting ready to just, you know what, I've done everything that I can do. So at this point, I'm a snap. I've done everything I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and snap. I'm gonna show these people. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rabbit out their hat in this magic show. I was at that
mm,
place. They kind of helped to reel me back in,
yeah.
and that meant a lot. So definitely Dr. Linda Pendleton, the entire staff of Heart Health Diagnostics Plus, particularly the behavioral health division, and those black nurses, they know who they are, that came to my aid.
Man, look, that is awesome. And I want to shout out. I know, it was Father's Day this past Sunday, but um all the dads out there, specifically one dad who I spoke with, his mother is a nurse, and that's Josh Deadman. And Miss Deadman has worked for I don't know how many years as a nurse in a variety of capacities. Um, but one of the capacities that I know, or institutions that I know quite well, is the VA. And so bringing that into the conversation, because you referenced black nurses, and from what I see with the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers, um, there is a pipeline, right? And I think that some of the people that you all have credited with shoring you up are a part of that pipeline. Like, you begin in school, nursing school, or medical assistant, phlebotomist school, and then you find yourself on the floor, right? You're like Mac spoke to with Mimi. You're drawing blood and you're dealing with difficult situations, and then you think that you're alone, but then God sends somebody your way and shows you that even at that low point, even when you think that there is no help, um I got some help right here for you. So as we round out our show here tonight, I would love for you all to speak to those that are coming behind you, uh, and give some words of encouragement to the next Mimi and the next Ciora that we will be interviewing very soon on Nightcap Knowledge or whatever platform, and talk to those. Hey, Miss McKeeva. So yeah, speak to the next Mimi and the next Ciora.
Well, one thing I can for sure say for anybody that's going through is that just because it doesn't look like at the moment that you may not get through it, it's always light at the end of the tunnel, no matter what. Especially if you just keep God first in everything that you do. So that's my advice.
Mimi, who was that to your right?
It was my baby. Don't leave it.
Hey, so anybody that know Maddie been here before. Maddie is one of those aunties. Maddie has been here before. So yeah, that's why I was trying to get Maddie. Oh, there she goes.
There she go. Such a sweet baby. That baby is so sweet.
She sleeps. Only when she sleeps. Yeah. Hey, Maddie.
She had to make sure y'all saw that smile.
Right, good night, Maddie.
That baby's so sweet.
Good night.
All right.
I'll just say another. Oh, thank you. Another. I'll just use the first affirmation that ever came to me from this book. I'll just read it aloud. Affirmation 1, Genesis. I am confident. I am competent. I am capable. I am able. Anxiety and panic exist. While they may impact me sometimes, I do not allow them to rule me. This is the one of all of the affirmations that are in this book. This is the one that came to me just out of nowhere. This one, it took, none of them really took any effort, but this one just literally came to me as I was going through the things that I was going through, and it helped to really just be the foundation for everything I was able to grow from that moment.
Yeah.
And just keeping that in mind, I am confident, I am competent, I am capable, I am able.
Man,
that's pretty much spells it.
Beautiful, man. And look, we appreciate you ladies for sharing your time with us, and for also allowing us the opportunity to speak with you about your creative works of art. And we definitely want to re-encourage and reiterate that you can get these books online. We've got all of the websites in the comments. And we definitely want to lend support. So I'm pretty sure Mac is going to do one of these Mac type of things. And over the next few shows, we'll be giving out a number of these copies, and we will get with Mimi and Ciora about these opportunities. And Mac, you got anything you want to close us out with, bro?
So I was thinking about, as we do our Freedom Summer, right? Freedom Summer started. We are going to be in local communities, and I could just think that this setup that could be so helpful to some of the groups. So I know we're going to coming down there with Chuck to go to work with Pastor Hollins. They got I guess a vacation Bible school that's happening in July, and then also we're going to Holmes County. So I know that these books will be good because emotional and behavior are some of the things we talk about, because there's so many negative influences, and you got to know who you are and whose you are. And sometimes you need that manual. Look at this guy. Look behind you.
So that
look. For everybody done showed up. Look at it. Your village is there, Mimi.
It's the village. It's the tribe.
Your village is there, Mimi. They are there.
Go ahead and put your big head on the screen.
Come on, Sabir.
He's out, y'all. He's out in the office.
He's out.
He's out in the office.
You put him out the pasture.
There you go.
Oh my God, sir.
Pre-orders for affirmation start at midnight. CST. Check that website.
They do.
That is.
Well, guess what? You two ladies, you wrote these books to help you emotionally, to help you mentally, to help other folks. But you didn't just write it just to write it. You want to make a little money off of it, don't you, Chuck? Don't they want to make a little money? Don't we want to help them? What are they trying to get to, Chuck? What are they trying to get to?
We definitely trying to get to where the money reside, baby. The money reside. Definitely want to give another shout out to the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. Our authors for tonight, Myasia White, Ciora Casper, Abdul Haq. We're going to get to where the money reside. And if you're trying to get to where the money resides, we'll encourage you to check out Beginning a Career in Healthcare. And you can start new classes June 24th is the start date. CNA, phlebotomy, EKG, medical billing, coding, all of the new healthcare techniques and programs. We'll see y'all next week for Nightcap Knowledge. Peace.